Okay, now that is... Okay. That's new. I have to resize everything just to be able to see the screen now. Can I resize it to... Okay, fuck off, game. Wow, this is not boding well for when this game comes out. Okay. Well, I'm gonna be able to see what I can see. So, let's see if this game... Let's see how this prequel is and see if the game is worth getting. I really want to get this game. Because, you know, I like stuff like this. So let's see. Rinko? God damn it, Rinko? Erika? There's no sound at all, right? I'm not crazy. Hold on, let me restart the game one more time. Because it says there's voice acting, I think. Oh my god, how bad did I break this thing? You know what? It's a Bethesda game. I didn't break it. It was already broken. Let's try this again. I guess there might not be. Rinko? There... Hold on. Wow, that's low. You know, I know a lot of Renpai people that could have helped them with this. Let me know if it's too low for you guys. Because it is very, very low. Oh, okay. Erika? No one wants to talk about it, but it's all that on anyone's mind these days. Mysterious things are happening all around Shibuya. Sightings, attacks, disappearances, fear. How is a kid supposed to be a kid in a time like this? But honestly, Ryota never really was like most kids. He's not usually glued to his phone all day. Let me know if I have to turn anything up for you guys. Ryoto's concerns bring him to a mysterious case file posted online. Hold on, my friend wants a link to the stream because he can't get his own damn link. Ryoto's concerns bring him to a mysterious case file posted online. It's titled The Kirigoka Vanishing. He reads it to himself, the best he can. Having attracted another report of dark fog to the area, I arrived to find it had passed, leaving dreary rain hanging over the neighborhood. No, he can't. He's lazy. Is that him? At the scene, all we found were the clothes of a mother and son left behind like two molted cicada shells. It's hard to even imagine a parent and her child just gone, precious lives snuffed out forever. My heart sank knowing that I had failed to protect them. It was the worst feeling I'd ever felt. As if on cue, the rain started pouring down. Heavier and heavier it fell with each passing minute, but I couldn't be bothered to take out an umbrella. Okay, really quickly, do you guys want me to do this, or do you want the unicorn? I'm just curious if I should switch to her. Usually she does visual novels until the new girl gets here. But I don't mind doing one. while the chat decides. Oh, hold on. I see what's going on. We're having a little bit of an error issue. I like it when it's you. Works for me. Just this once. Yay! People want to hear me. It was the worst feeling I'd ever felt. As if on cue, the rain started pouring down. Heavier and heavier, it fell with each passing minute. But I couldn't be bothered to take out my umbrella. That's when the obvious culprit returned to the scene of the crime, a group of monsters. They had umbrellas of their own, as if the rain followed them wherever they go. I was furious. I brought hell down onto them at that very moment. They tried to protect themselves with the umbrellas, but I just kept pounding on them until they were battered and broken. I was so exhausted I could have fallen over at any moment, but my utter wrath kept me going. As I picked up to leave, I still refused to open up my own umbrella. I just walked away, rain pouring and soaking me to the bone. KK. Unable to shake the idea that monsters are all around him, Ryota navigates on his phone to a document called the Maranochi Vanishing. The language is complicated, but he works to understand what it says. What, Slider? What? What? I got a tip on a missing woman from Maranochi. When you've been a detective as long as I have, you tend to build up a big network of contacts. Oh, KK Slider. The story my contact told me was that they saw a woman one day when the fog rolled in. It blanketed the area and then poof, she was gone. Times like these make me wish a certain somebody was around. Come to think of it, the fog and these disappearances set the scene for when I first met the rest of my crew. Everybody kept talking about folks just up and disappearing, and I thought it was a load of horseshit. Wasn't till I met them, and until my encounter, that I believed. Ever since then, excuse me, I've been haunted by what I would have once called hallucinations. Turns out being able to see spirits and monsters isn't fantasy movie nonsense after all. Guess I should be thankful, because otherwise I wouldn't have seen through the monsters taking the form of the woman. Yeah, I know, I'm really hyped for this one too. We're gonna stream it eventually. I'll pick it up and stream it eventually. She made a bunch of red orbs appear that chased me around. But I knew so long as I didn't let myself get surrounded, I'd be okay. She was a nightmare to look at, so I put her out of her misery. When I searched the scene, I spotted a woman's handbag, found the missing lady's ID card in there. Then I came across some clothes that looked like they should have been hers. They were in a little pile, but the way they had fallen made it clear her body had just vanished. No mistaking whose handiwork this was either. I'd finally managed to get my hands on a solid enough lead to work with. KK. Could monsters really live among us? These case files say that yes, they absolutely can and do, according to this one. A lady called me about a missing person who vanished from the bathroom of her apartment. Usually I'd brush it off as another runaway, but after seeing the crows circling above her apartment, I had a feeling they'd be more to this. The black stains on the front door verified my hunch. It turns out that I'm the only one that can see these black stains. The lady who lived there showed me in, made no signs of noticing it. She showed me the bathtub and gave me a play-by-play of what happened. Her boyfriend was taking a bath, longer than usual, and so she went to the bathroom to check in on him. When she opened the door, her boyfriend was gone, and there, for a short instant, there was a reflection of an old shrine on the surface of the bathwater. I rubbed my fingers on the rim of the bathtub, and there was a transparent, sticky, slime-like substance on it. A reflection of a shrine shone in the water's surface. I'll need to talk further with my team about this incident to see if these things ring any bells. I purged the black stain on the front door and then left the scene. Poor lady, what will she do now? What can any of us do? KK. Didn't I just read this one? In these posts, the kid found something, or rather someone. Someone called KK has been looking into monsters in this part of the town. A believer just like Ryota. Social media would never lie, and that means KK is an expert, maybe the expert on all things paranormal. Social media would never lie, everyone. There's only one thing left to do. Having pored over every story, post, and grainy photo about local monsters he could find, Ryota prepared to take action. I'm gonna ask this KK guy to help. Just gotta figure out where he lives first. I love a little ghost icon. Ghostwire. Dear Mr. Investigator Person. Gosh, I wish I had it set up like that. Dear Mr. Investigator Person, hello, how are you? I am not good, and I need your help. Monsters got my best friend, Sasuke. Rinko sits up in his chair. She zeroed in on the one of a dozen monitors from across the makeshift command center stuffed into the cramped Tokyo apartment. It happened near the manhole. Please help me get him back. The data files across the screen seemingly too much. Charts and graphs, maps and mathematical equations, even social media feeds and open case files. Somehow, through all of these screens and all of that clutter, Ryota's message catches Rinko's eye. Sounds desperate, but it could be just some bored kid trolling us. Calm and confident, Rinko insists on balancing compassion with skepticism in her analytic approach. Did the monster have a red balloon? What would the Japanese version of it be? Would it be a living balloon? On the other hand, that manhole is within the vicinity of several recent incidents. Maybe he is involved? Oh my god, is it? It's it. She knows what she thinks, but she also knows no one can protect Tokyo all by themselves. Trusting your teammates is the only way to keep everyone safe. What do you make of it, Ed? Ed squints and takes a single deep breath as he turns to the screen. He has something to say, but holds it back. Technology is easy. People are hard. Instead of speaking up, he places a small recorder on his desk. He presses play, and as the audio begins to roll, Ed turns and walks away. I've heard intriguing stories about the so-called manhole girls. In Japan, vengeful ghosts of bullied students said to trick other children into following them into the sewers, from where they never return. If any information turns up about such anomalies, I'd be keen to investigate, though I speak purely out of personal interest. It might not be enough to make the rest of my team pursue it without further evidence. Okay, so safe to say, since you somehow found the time to record something this specific about a single urban legend, that you want to look into it? Ed is already engrossed in other work. He doesn't respond. He certainly doesn't notice when Rinko rolls her eyes. He really does. Probably best we have no idea how you spend your free time, huh, Ed? Erica's been sitting next to Rinko this entire time, listening and waiting for the right time to chime in. That time is... Want me to check it out?
Yeah.
I don't think so, Erica. Could be dangerous. What if something happens to you? Seriously? You still don't trust me to go out by myself for 5 minutes in the middle of the day? At just 16 years old, Rinko might be right not to trust Erica with something dangerous. Hold on, I'm getting a drink. And now I have my water. But Rinko knows that Erica has shown a maturity beyond her years. She gives Erica an almost sisterly look of skepticism. You know it's not that. Rinko quickly turns back to her monitor and away from Erica. But for all her maturity, Erica can't quite keep from pouting. Stop making that face. Besides, we've got our very own private detective in the vicinity already. I'll have him take a look. You know what? I am not moving. Give me one moment. Can you make me move, please? Oh, yay, there we go. I can move again. Woo! The stall is Why are people liming me? Sorry. The stall is brimming as a wide array of customers eat in relative silence. The only sound they make is the slurping of their noodles. That silence breaks when a phone begins to vibrate upon the countertop. The owner ignores it, choosing to focus on his meal instead. The phone doesn't care about his hunger and continues to vibrate. The phone wins. The peace and solitude have shattered. This is no way to enjoy noodles. God damn it! The silent diner finally glances at the screen. He begins to mutter to himself.
Oi, oi.
Another case? These people have me working harder than my enemies ever did. Can't even get 5 minutes to enjoy a nice quiet lunch? Cricket? Cricket, clicky, clicky. Let me guess. I'll be risking life and limb? Mm-hmm. I'm gonna give her a different voice. That's why you let it ring for so long? Too scared to pick up? Huh. You know the exact day I stopped being scared of anything? The day you stopped being a loner and hooked up with us so we could have your back? Sure, that works. Besides, I'm not full enough to pretend this team isn't half okay. If you need backup, you know I'll be there. No questions asked. I actually already volunteered, but right now, there's nothing dangerous to be worried about. It's a simple check-in on a report of some suspicious activity that might be connected to these phenomena we've been looking into. It's always the simple case that goes south the fastest. You know what? You're right. Maybe Erica should run point on this one. Sure, she's just a kid, but you're also busy, so... Whoa! Hold up! Let's not sacrifice the rookie to make me look bad. I'm already out. Send me the info and I'll get on it. First, though, I need to talk to one of you about something. Can I save? No, it's not a normal visual novel. So who should we talk to, guys? I guess Rinko. Hey, Rinko? Let me guess. Pissed I interrupted your precious solitary soba time, guy? Irked, not pissed. I was almost done. God forbid the report of a vengeful spirit abducting children interrupt the same bowl of noodles you've had 1,000 times. Not much left in this world I love. When I think of something else, I'll tell you. You won't have a chance to add that to the list if we don't figure this out. We both know how powerful the force we're dealing with really are. We have to keep pulling these threads until we've unraveled the whole damn thing. No thread is too small. Guess I can't argue with that.
Yes.
I knew I could rely on you. It might be the only thing I know for certain. Now go prove how smart I am, dumbass. It's the job I was born to do. So what do you guys think of this so far? Ryota doesn't notice the people passing him on the streets. They don't notice him either. He is young, but he is very much alone. His focus is centered on the small bit of paper in his hand. After a couple folds, the paper finds a familiar configuration. Oh, okay, I thought he was going to go for trying to summon a Cenobite. With the head, arms, and body, it takes shape. A palm-sized person stands in his hand. As Ryota inspects his creation, someone who has been observing him from afar steps out of the shadows.
Oi, oi.
What have you got there? Ryota looks up. He's nervous but clutches the paper doll in his hand to stay brave. He's not running or hiding despite the gruff stranger staring at him. Not enough pins. No need to be afraid. I'm not here to do anything bad to you or your little friend. Gotta admit, I've been known to carry the odd paper doll with me on investigations. Strange habit, I know. But you get the benefit of a partner without the annoying small talk. Ryota's shoulders ease. He lets his guard down as he listens to the detective and re-examines the folded paper. The detective surprises himself with his playful tone. He's rusty, but he somehow still feels comfortable talking to this scared kid. Sometimes paper dolls are used for magical purposes. You a sorcerer by chance? Now's the time to tell me. So, you really are him, huh? Gonna have to be more specific, kid. You're KK, the ghost hunter from the files. You must be. I just thought you'd be taller. They say you solve strange mysteries, right? KK? Maybe. The detective looks closely at Ryota's phone. He sees the social media post featuring photos of various case files he has worked on, collected in one place. Look, I only use those initials because writing out my name is a pain, and I got too much pain already. Not your problem, right? Anyhow, that's me, KK. But I'm not a ghost hunter. I'm a detective. KK's demeanor hardens a bit, dropping the playfulness. You wanted an investigation, kid. Well, you got one. You got an investigator. I'm so glad you're going to look into the disappearance at the manholes. Here's the thing. I already did. Made some calls on the way here. There's no record of any recent disappearances. Still got a few friends on the force, so I can dig up dirt quick. KK shoots Ryota a serious look. Not trying to pull a fast one on me, are you, kid? It's true, honest. My buddy Sasuke disappeared. He hasn't come home since yesterday. Last place I saw him was right back here. Ryota motions to an alley behind him. He went down that way. I tried to follow, but I couldn't find him. He was completely gone. If Ryota is bluffing, he's an incredible liar. A sadness comes over him when he looks back towards the alley. KK looks back and forth, from the kid, then to the alleyway behind him. All alleys are dark. This one looks like it's never seen the light of day. See any fog when that happened? The moment he disappeared? Now that you mention it, there has been something spooky around, like a kind of fog or darkness, but it came here and then went. Alright. KK mutters something to himself as he eyeballs the alley behind Ryota. Nothing looks immediately out of place. With so much going down in this city, some kid getting lost doesn't exactly seem like front page news. Press more info. I need more to go on, kid. Why are you so convinced he was taken? Didn't happen to anyone else around here. But it did happen to my best friend. Sasuke has been missing for 2 full days. Everyone's been looking, but no one can find him. What about his parents? Have they filed a police report? I'm the only one who really cares about Sasuke. I know he needs me. And no one else is even looking for him anymore, just me. He's lucky to have you. It's like when you saw crows circling above the building in one of the cases you investigated. You knew there was more to it than anyone else. Well, Mr. KK, I know there's more to Sasuke's disappearance. I just need your help. Really did your homework, huh? I'm impressed. You're more dedicated than most adults I know. Is it Oh, it's Sosuke, not Sasuke. Fuck me. I'm calling him Sasuke because it's going to annoy people now. You mentioned me... Oh, wow, I can't read. You remind me of my friend Erica. She lost someone too, and she'll never stop fighting for them either. KK takes another glance at the alley.
Oi.
Alright, show me exactly where the Sosuke pal of yours disappeared. Ryota perks up. So you're gonna look into it? I'm here, ain't I? Let me check in with my team. See if they've figured out anything. Could save us both some time. KK reaches for his phone. What's up? What's up? We're all here. I just need a quick word with one of you to follow up on what the kid has told me. He doesn't really talk. Ed, you find anything in those files of yours while I was talking to the kid? Unfortunately, I've only done a limited amount of my own research into this legend before being pulled away by other tasks. That said, I've been quite eager to continue it. Ed, spit it out. What do you know? Of course. It's still just a theory. While he was speaking, Ed queued up another file on his audio recorder. He lets it do its talking from there. While installing some ethereal energy monitoring hardware that I decided to place throughout the city, I become aware of micropulses within Tokyo's electrical grid that are only recognizable within distinct frequencies. It is my belief that these frequencies are tied to spiritual resonance, a byproduct of vanishing experiments. Is this the Japanese Ghostbusters? Because fuck yeah, I'm down. My intentions is to continue monitoring these pulses via the mobile lab, with the hope of ultimately detecting a source location. So far, signs point to the Shibuya district, but I've been unable to produce more specific results. It's as if the source is continually moving, relocating perhaps, to avoid the exact type of precision detection that I seek to achieve. Ed's Egon, I'll take it. Yep. I'm gonna have to go pre-order this. I really want to pre-order this game. A moving target, huh? Hell, if you were trying to move quickly through the city undetected, you could do worse than the sewers. Well, Ed, time to test this theory of yours. Ryota? It's time to find Sosuke. Slimer ate 1,000 rice balls. He'd be going for more than 1,000, let's face it. Nothing looks out of place, but things are rarely what they seem. KK slowly but deliberately reaches his hand out. He's not holding on to anything, but you would think that he is by the way he's moving, like he's got something invisible dangling from his fingertips. Is he gonna do a spirit gun? Is he? Ryota has no clue what he's trying to do, but he watches closely. However, what happens next can only be seen by KK's eyes. As KK opens his hand, a sparkling orb of energy drops from his hand onto the ground. It ripples like water in a still pond, energy flowing outward into the world. Oh, this is cool. I could get down with this. I'm actually kind of surprised they didn't do another Yu Yu Hakusho game. A strange trail floats into view, as though a spirit has passed through this place. Detective mode activated! You know what game I want to stream eventually? It's not called Spirit Detective. What is the one where you're like a dead guy that's a spirit detective? I can't remember the name of it. Oh no. Oh no, I can't remember the name of it. Shoot. I'm gonna remember it after stream watch. Psychic energy. The trail leads further on, deeper into the alley and out of view. Guess he went that way. Puzzled, Ryota follows KK's eye line down the alley, but sees nothing out of the ordinary. I only played a little bit of it, so I'm trying to remember. You're like, Soul Suspect! That's it, Jay! You got it! That's the one I want to play on stream eventually. Thank you! I'm so bad with names.
I've been really, really wanting to play that one on stream eventually. I only played a little bit of it myself, and then I was like, I'm gonna stream this because I like ghost stuff, but I'm gonna save it for the new girl. Trust me, she'll fit it. What happened? I don't see anything. Trust me, kid. Trust me, kid. It's good you can't see it. This is a power you don't want. And you're too young for it. To take a risk like that and change your life forever. The world's a scary place. It keeps getting worse. We're gonna find your friend and get you back to your life. Also, don't worry, I'm gonna show you guys the panel from the comic after this. I didn't forget. KK and Rinko are in big trouble. This time running like rats, desperate to stay alive, with only a dingy old sofa between them and... monsters! We'd better find another exit. Rinko turns to KK and sees him holding his head. He appears to be in great pain. Damn it, it's happening again. Your body's reacting to the ether. Oh God! Why are you doing this to me, Gabe? As KK looks at the room, his vision begins to break in half. He tries to focus, but rather than reform, everything continues to split apart even further. That is very hard to read. Don't... Another hallucination. The world is breaking in two. That'd be crystallized ether. Another form of matter. Sounds like your body has entered the final stages of affinity. From thin air... Thank you! Oof. From thin air, like phantoms, these horrific visitors appear, surrounding KK and Rinko. Damn it, we're surrounded. Mr. Ryota? Or sorry, Mr. KK? Are you okay? Oh, sorry, kid. My mind could be a little hard to control. You just kind of stood there for a little while. You know what? Can I just say this is the first time I think we've seen in a visual novel or one of those where they did like a thing where you remember the past and they actually have somebody comment on the character just standing there blankly staring at the air? Sometimes my memories take me places. Hate to leave you alone again, but you need to wait here while I look for your pal. Sit tight, I won't be long. I'm really happy they actually did that. A report on Rinko's computer set up flashes on the screen. Oh, hi, Miko. I didn't know you were there. Ed's monitor software has a hold of something big. The results are clear, spiritual residue, and it's exactly like KK's location.
Oi.
What is it now? We just received an alert. There was a massive surge of spiritual energy at your location. Hold off on pursuing until we're able to send support. Can't wait forever for you guys. We might have a missing child on our hands. We got plenty of evidence. I know what I'm getting myself into. Relax. Ed's research has already prepared me. I'm ready.
Oh.
Time is not real in anime land. Anime characters can have entire 10-minute conversations in the time it takes for a bullet to travel across a room. You know what? It's the same with comic book characters if you want an honest answer. Sorry, wrong. Oh my god. You know what? Fuck it, he gets the voice. I appreciate the vote of confidence on behalf of my work, but that research was actually quite limited. It was more of a brief overview, in fact. I wouldn't call it actionable intelligence, so to speak. How long has it been since I've gotten to use that voice? It was very informative overview. I doubt I could be any more ready than I really am right now. It's not fair to ask us for help when you think you need us, and then use our own words against us when you're too impatient to act as a team. We're in this together. KK decides to address one team member specifically to make his case. You! When Erica and I have been... What Erica and I have been through, I don't expect everyone else to understand. Hell, I barely understand it. Here's what I do understand. I take risks so others don't have to. And yeah, you all do the same thing. That's why I'm proud to call you my team. But
It has to stop somewhere. A line needs to be drawn. We weren't the vulnerable ones who need your protection. We're all strong, and that strength multiplies when we work together to help others. You two are so special to me, both of you. And I think I understand where you're both coming from. It's just that this thing, this torment, once that power has gotten inside you, the affinity, it won't let you rest. It's like being chased. We are running from something awful. I'm sorry that I'm not making sense. I just can't be quiet. I just can't be quiet right now. I have to speak my truth. I have to support whatever decision he makes. The truly selfish act would be to stand still and let it overtake you. In the end, I know that I would do the same thing. God, my throat. Let's hope you never have to. I'll talk to you later. I'm in the middle of an investigation. He never was any good at following people's directions.
That attitude of his is precisely what saved our hides on countless occasions.
You don't think I realize that? Erica smiles, thinking about KK's attitude. It doesn't bother her. Oh, fuck. Damn, they're everywhere. Why is Slender Man here? KK's eyes dart between the two horrific figures and some incredibly strange glowing crystals that hover nearby. As he tries to speak, KK wheezes painfully. Rinko, what would happen if someone tried to touch one of those ether crystals? Your guess is as good as mine. Might give you the power to fight back, might just make you even more miserable. Who can say? What about him? Did it grant him strength? Rinko nods silently. What the fuck is that? Oh, my old wallet. After getting his answer, KK, without hesitation, stretched his hand out toward the crystals. Wait, stop. Stopping is not an option. Not for any of us. You don't know what will happen. It could kill you. And those things won't? We're dead if we don't try something.
Yeah.
We aren't out of options yet. You've thrown everything to fight these monsters. Same as me. There's not a goddamn thing left to lose at this point. Before Rinko can say anything else, KK reaches all the way out. Found the kid. KK follows the trail of psychic energy deeper into the dark Shibuya alleyway, away from the glow of familiar streetlights and vending machines. His venture into the unseen brings him to a manhole cover where the spirit residue flashes with an eerie intensity. This spot is clearly the origin point for whatever spirit is at the center of this mystery. Did they take you this way, Sosuke? KK looks around and finds finding nothing focuses his attention on this haunted manhole. The spectral vision shows KK a lot more than he thought it might, revealing a glowing specter hovering in this dark and dreary place, the spirit of a man in his 30s. A Jibaku Rai, according to Japanese lore. This type of spirit is trapped in a physical location. Okay, Spectre, what's keeping you tied down there? The Spectre seems unable to answer him. Instead, he mutters, as if distracted, or perhaps completely delirious. Either or, maybe both specters aren't especially concerned with politeness or clarity. Neither of us is going anywhere until I get some answers. I need to know, what are you doing here? Specifically, at this manhole cover. Why haunt this place? I thought it was a kid. Just a kid playing around. Just having fun. Alone. I wanted to make sure he was safe. So, just being neighborly? Yeah, no, not making friends. Protecting, but he wasn't. It wasn't. It wasn't a kid, though, was it? There was something else. Something lurking in these shadows. Did I die? I think I died. But this isn't what I expected. What was it? A monster. The specter points downwards. Underneath, huh? KK stares at the manhole as though if he just looked hard enough, he'll suddenly see what lurks in the darkness beneath this cover. He doesn't have to see the specter's nod to know he's right. It went that way. Before he can pull the manhole cover and see for himself, a long shadow creeps in from the edge of the alleyway. Did you find anything? Snooping around is detective's business. You don't belong back here. I thought I heard you talking to someone. Who is this youngster? Sorry, who is this youngster? Only I can hear you, so don't bother. Only you can hear me? Well, sure, nobody else is even here. This is turning into a damn clown show, kid. I need you to stay here while I go down. It's not safe for you there. Not safe. Not safe. Monster. But how do you know I'll be safe up here? My team's one call away. They'll get here quicker if you're in danger. Weren't you just saying something about being in the middle of an investigation and too busy to talk to anyone? Bunny, you should mention that. I could actually use some help. I believe they call it a client service. Who are you calling, mister? Are they nice like you? Or nicer? Oh, fuck you, kid. Client services. Sounds more like babysitting to me. If only you would just wait for us to get there. We play the hand we're dealt, and juggling work and childcare has never been my strong suit. I need a little support. I like the chat. Imagine haunting a poop tunnel after you die. That would suck. Rinko sighs, a long, tired sigh of frustrated person who knows what that in the end, of course, that'll help. She always helps him out, just as he will always help her. And I have the perfect candidate in mind. Okay, guys, I think we should send... I'm gonna send her. She seems like she'd be good with kids. Erica! She's the only kid I actually know and like anymore. Send me the great beyond. I can't stand that smell anymore. Why did I die with my nose? Hey, KK, you need my help? I can be there ASAP. I need your help, but it can't wait. My new friend, Ryota, the one who called us for help. Is he a little afraid of you? What? No! Why would you think that? I mean, yeah, okay, maybe a little. But no, that's not it. Although, it'd be better if he did fear me. Then I could do my work. Oh, yeah, you aren't really that scary. I think I get it. Let me talk to him. KK hands the phone to Ryota and motions for him to accept this call. Yes? Is this Mr. Ryota? Yes? I'm so excited that I get to speak with you. I have heard that you are quite the investigator. I need help from someone like you. What could I do to help? Well, our friend who is there with you, he actually has 2 missions. Since he's looking for your friend, maybe you could swap and look for my friend? If we share the responsibility, I'm sure that we can achieve success together as a team. I suppose I could try to help you, since he's helping me. Okay, but first, can you keep a secret? It's very important and related to this mission. Yes? I am the bestest at secrets. I won't tell you, I won't tell you how I know that, but it's true. My friend is a cat. I put a tracker on her collar that says she's nearby you. in the alley by your house. I miss her dearly. I'm a little embarrassed to admit it, but some of my best friends are animals. Your secret's safe with me. What does she look like? She's all black with one white spot and a few white whiskers. Her name is Monet, like the painter. Monette, like the painter, and she really likes to hide. Can you look closely in between and behind all the vending machines and the trash cans? Just be safe. Text me a picture of every dark corner you find. She's very good at camouflage, and it's easy to miss. I'll find your friend. Ryotas hands the phone back to KK and turns his attention to the nearest trash can. Phone out, he seems to be inspecting each side of it. Lucky for you, your new buddy is an animal lover just like me. I've given him a rescue mission to find a missing cat and send me a photo of it. But what if he succeeds? Tons of strays here, he might actually bump into one. I could always use more cat pics texted to me, and maybe he'll give it a home that it needs. Win-win. Now to get down there and find your pal, Sosuke. I like this so far. These guys could actually make a full-on visual novel. Dirty water splashes under KK's feet, and he makes his way through the still darkness of Shibuya's sewers. The further he goes, the darker it gets, but not because of any change in light. No, this darkness is unnatural. In fact, it's not darkness at all, it's tangible. Dense fog made of spiritual energy fills the air. Toxic paranormal waste coats the ground and plugs the drains. Woo! But the air itself is rejecting him. Its corruption flows between the worlds and reaches around him, blocking KK's way. How long has it been building up, right below our feet? Is it like this everywhere? As KK goes deeper, the Kigari only increases. There's definitely something here. If there's this much corruption swirling around, nothing I can't handle though. Alone in the darkness, KK summons his power and Spirit Gun! Spirit Drawing! Oh, cool! I'm really bad at this. Is it gonna be exact? Cleansing the corruption, returning the sewer to its normal state. That's better, minus the stink. The Kagare is now cleared. Oh Christ, it's the kid. The kid that was with it. As if they were waiting for the moment of safety, someone appears. Sosuke, is that you? The small boy avoids KK's look, turning his back and picking at something on the wet ground.
It all floats down here. Splish, splash! Splish, splash!
Hey kid, you okay? Can you hear me? Are you hiding from something?
Take a bath! Take a bath!
Come on, kid. This isn't the time or the place. Answer me. I'm not trying to scare you, but you gotta work with me here. In the vast darkness of the sewer, the sound of KK's phone suddenly rings out, the tinny chime echoing back and forth around the hollow space. The small boy in the raincoat doesn't seem to notice. He must be very preoccupied. I'm close. I found Sosuke, but I'm worried he won't... Muffled sound. Down so far, the signal of KK's phone is barely holding on. You can only make out a few words. Struggles to make out what the words that they might be forming. Muffled sound.
Oi, oi.
Hello? Is anybody there? Rinko, is that you? Ed? Erica? Who is this? Oh. Fuck it. We haven't done Rinko. Rinko, can you hear me? Are you with Ryota? Can you ask him, was Sosuke wearing a yellow raincoat? The scratchy connection makes it almost impossible to understand. Sosuke. It's about Sosuke? Not. Rinko, I can't understand. Sosuke is not what? Not Sasuke. Sosuke. The call cuts out, the phone going dead in KK's hand. Damn. Enough screwing around, Sosuke. Just like that, finally, as if called by his mother to come to dinner, the child responds and he stands up and turns to KK with his dead, evil eyes. You're not Sasuke. You're the monster. KK raises his hand and calls forth energy that he discovered that day long ago. The day he found his back against the wall, reaching out and touching the ether crystal. Ever heard of ethereal weaving, monster? Energy surges into KK's hand, green light, winding and glowing, charging around his fingertips. The increasingly bright light glows, illuminating the tunnel. Masenko! And in the moment, standing at the center of the tunnel, we can see this monster, the raincoat visitor, just in time for it to press a child's whistle to its mouth and... Ray gun! Suddenly in we're Mob Psycho. At his stranger's fingertips lies KK, now a prisoner. Fuck it, he gets the voice too.
I need my subject to remain calm, or else nothing will get done.
Despite being captive, KK flashes the stranger a fierce glare. You son of a bitch.
Hello, my new friend. I'm keen to see how useful your vessel turns out to be.
The stranger takes something out and holds it in his hand. An amulet, though clearly not simply for decoration. It surges with power. He looks from the amulet and back to KK and smiles. Jawas! And it's not a Jawa. It's an Oni mask. As the monster's little raincoat... Oh my god, you're right, it's a fucking Jawa, isn't it? As the monstrous little raincoat visitor blows his whistle, he steps back into the shadowy darkness. It's seasonal attire.
Oh.
Running away, huh? But he's not running away at all. In fact, he's only making space. Goddamn, Slenderman. For too much larger, far more horrifying visitors to show up and challenge KK. I've been waiting to run into you again. Let's go, you bastards. Rock, paper, scissors? Fuck it! Let's see. Defensive barrier. Damage a single visitor with a wind attack. Visitors perish after 2 hits. A talisman that stops visitors from moving. One umbrella visitor is injured. An umbrella visitor attacks. A barrier appears in front of KK. An umbrella visitor attacks, but its attack is deflected by the barrier. The barrier is broken. No Elden Rings today. One umbrella visitor is injured. An umbrella visitor attacks. A barrier appears in front of KK. An umbrella visitor attacks, but its attack is deflected by the barrier. The barrier is broken. Alright. I need my subject to remain calm, or else nothing will get done. What? What? Bullshit! Bullshit! You little bastard, get back here. What does this do? Fuck you both. Let's go, you bastards. One stun talisman is left. Wake her from the stun. Do I have... Hold on, let me see what you guys... Okay, you don't see a life thing either. You're done. The fight now over, the sewer is oddly calm again. KK sweeps the space, looking for any clue that might be left behind. The thing is, it doesn't show any life signs or anything. Like, they should have some kind of life bar for that. Why would a pack of monsters manifest their evil here? But then he sees it affixed to one wall of the tunnel. A wooden tag, sometimes called a kifuda. This must be what summoned those things. KK reaches out to take the kifuda down, but as his fingertips approach it... And now everyone's... Rinko? God damn it, Rinko! Erika! KK feels a big quick thump through his body. When he looks down, he sees someone else's arm stabbing through his chest. Its horrifying black smoke rushes out of his body. Looking back up, KK sees a man wearing a Hanya mask. Okay, that's the actual technical name for it. Who the fuck is aiming me? Oh. That stupid thing. Right. You're... As KK comes to realize that he is in the tunnel once again. No, still, he looks at his chest, which is totally fine. No gaping hole, not even a scratch. Sweating, breathing heavy, his mind races. It was a horrible dream, maybe. A vision? He grips the kifuda in his hand. I won't let him get away with this. So hard that it smashes it to pieces. Oh, hopefully you didn't need that. What the fuck happened to his face? Give me a second. We have a bit of layering issue right there. He broke it so hard he broke his face. Who's there? Surprised, he spins to face the entity, but before he can raise his other hand... Ah! And there's your thumbnail. Yep. KK emerges from the tunnel to find Ryota waiting with the rest of the team. You fool. You run into a wall of Kagere, and your instinct is to walk deeper into it when you know we're on our way to help? Listen, No, you listen. I'm not done yelling at your stupid ass for making me worry about you. Okay, but... Of all the instruments at HQ started going... All of our instruments at HQ started going wild. We broke basically every traffic law in Tokyo twice to get here as quick as possible. And then we find an open sewer entrance, little Ryota peering down into this dirty tunnel, clearly considering climbing down there despite our best efforts to cover for you and keep him busy. Sure, except... So we take a look for ourselves. It's corruption in all directions. The whole place absolutely soaking in spiritual residue. It's like there is amassing an army beneath our feet and you go sniffing around alone. It's not... Maybe let her finish. Worst of all, you arrive stinking but unscathed,
having been gone for long enough to have me convinced that you were really hurt down there, that I would never see you alive again? The problem is the disappearing into the dangerous sewer all alone is that the longer you're gone after Rinko has asked you to be cautious, the more time she has to consider the things she'll shout at you when you return. The things we've been through together. When you're in danger, it's as if I can feel it deep down, but there's nothing I can do. What if you had died? The thought of being haunted by you, of all people, almost climbed down there to kill you myself. I'm sorry, I know I should have waited. Don't you dare be nice to me right now. I need to calm down. Why are you smiling then? I value your friendship and support. I didn't hear that. Safely above ground, reunited with his team, KK turns his attention to the original source of all this drama, his young client, Ryota. You were never going to tell me, were you? Sosuke isn't your best friend, he's your dog. He's my dog. He's my dog and my best friend. KK steps back nervously as Sosuke tries to jump into his lap, tail wagging. Oh, calm down. He just wants to be petted. Jeez. Who'd have thought that such a tough as nails former detective would be such a strong phobia around dogs? Don't have to broadcast it, alright? Don't be scared, Sasuke loves everyone. Maybe he should draw the line at loving monsters and following them into the sewers. Ryota hugs his dog and gets a face full of licks in response. KK relaxes slightly, seeing how harmless this little dog is, but still keeps some distance. Thank you so much for bringing him home safely, Mr. KK. Mr. KK, what an adorable alias. When exactly did you start going by a new nickname, KK? I suppose it has a fun ring to it. Not quite as formal as your full name, K. Before we get too sidetracked, as the lead investigator on this one, you've got some paperwork to do, KK. Not sure what's worse, fighting monsters or filling out all these damn forms. It's obvious that you prefer the fighting to paperwork. KK scribbles out a few quick lines. Only Ed can read them. Hey kid, this is for you. Oh, is it a prize for helping you find that ghost? Almost, that's the bill. Ryota's face sinks as he left his holding the check. Lucky for you, today's work is pro bono. That means free. Consider this your receipt. I'm feeling generous right now. Ryota looks closely at the paper in his hand and it says the case of the cursed manhole. Examination complete. KK. Leaning in over his shoulder, Rinko lets out an uncharacteristically loud burst of laughter. Oh, now I get it. You didn't choose the name KK, sloppy paperwork chose it for you. There's a lot in this life that we don't get to choose. Call me what you like, not like I've got use for a real name these days, and definitely not one of my old names. It doesn't matter what anyone calls me so long as I find that bastard. KK's gaze looks fierce, as though he's recalling a bitter past. Reflected in his eyes is Ryota, who looks pleased to have received KK's autograph. KK's expression softens up in response. That said, I guess KK is not so bad. So yeah, this was actually really fun. I liked it. I'd be curious to see if they did more of this kind of stuff. I wish more games kind of did this visual novel work stuff. I do know people have been complaining about this, but I think it's because Akupara Games. I know Akupara! They're the ones that developed Darkside Detective! Like, they didn't develop it. That's the publisher of Darkside Detective, I believe. Akupara. Yeah, they have like a little turtle mascot. Cool! Fuck you, Bethesda. You can't make shit work. Fucking make things work. It is so awesome! So guys, as soon as this little thing finishes, I'm going to call this stream because I got to take care of Joker and stuff. But thank you guys for coming to the live stream. If you haven't come to our Discord, let me grab you guys a link so that everyone can join in. Bethesda, the reason that guy's face fell off. Yeah, he realized he was in a Bethesda game. But yeah, I really like this. I really want to pick up the. I might pre-order at least the PlayStation 5 version of the other game. I might also get the PC version for streaming. I'm not sure yet. Um, yeah, invite your friends to the Discord. The more the merrier. Invite them to the stream and everything. And don't forget, guys, we've almost hit the 200 sub goal. Yay! We're 100 subs away. This is going to be awesome. Remember, every month that we hit 200 subs, we do 2 days of Godzilla streams, and then we do a fun cringe game. This month, you guys will get to vote between a princess game I'll have to pick up or the whole thing of that DC Supergirls game. And we're halfway there. We're going to keep this going for every single month. And if we get, each time we hit that 2,000 or 200, so if we get past 200, then we'll think of something fun for every 100 after that, guys. So, oh, we can make it go faster, yes. Oh, not that much faster, though. Oh, look at all the people that worked on that. That's a lot of customer service people. Isn't Bethesda Net shutting down? Yeah, their launcher's shutting down, I think. Which means I think the email I got said all the games that were on there is going to turn into Steam codes. So I might be giving somebody my extra code for Doom Eternal. What other launchers are shutting down? I only knew about Bethesda's. Come on, how much more are you going? Think Rockstar's maybe? Oh, fuck Rockstar. Their fucking launcher is the reason that LA Noire barely fucking works on PC. You're gonna give credit to everybody. I really wish we could get an early copy of the full game that this leads to. I really want to try. I have a thing. I like ghosts. I like ghosts. I like spooky stuff. Come on. You can do it. You can get through. Come on, I believe in you. You can go through it all. How many people are we gonna credit here? Jesus, no, fuck this. I'm done. Okay, guys, once again, thank you so much to everyone who joined me tonight and today. I'll be streaming again tomorrow, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, everybody. Have a fantastic night. Bye.